Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society, and you're all watching Hardwire.
Loudwire.
It's Hardwire. All right.
Loudwire.
Okay, Hardwire. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society, and you're all doing a hang watching Loudwire.
So I want to start the interview with what I think is somewhat of a quintessential Zakk Wylde question. And that is, when is...
Yes, I'm straight. Honestly, I am.
All right, next question.
Let the truth be known.
When was the very first time in your life that you played a pinch harmonic? And how did that become such an integral part of your style?
Actually, my guitar teacher, Leroy Wright, I remember when he was teaching me some ZZ Top song. It might have been LaGrange or probably LaGrange, but like Billy Gibbons, that's where I got it from. So I was like, but Billy did it on the G string and the D string. I remember Leroy teaching me how to do it, and I just eventually, obviously doing it on the lower strings because I thought it sounded cool, So, but yeah, it just, And it's so funny you mentioned that because I remember when we did the first album, Ozzy said that's going to be your thing.
The pitch harmonic.
No, the fact that I smell like shit. Aside of that, but then he did throw the pinch harmonics in after that.
And a great story happened not too long ago where a fan actually found your beloved Grail guitar, I think in a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
for $250.
Insane.
That's pretty
right?
good.
Yeah, it's a good deal. I want to know when. First of all, how long was it missing for?
I was missing for a while because the whole thing is we were doing a show in Dallas and we were driving to Houston that night, and one of the guys, because it is Animal House, that one scene in Animal House when they all stole the wrong tests. And everybody failed miserably because we're like, you fucking idiots got the wrong test. So, it's like that type of shit. I forgot to lock the fucking U-Haul. Thank the good Lord we didn't fucking kill anybody on the, like going at about 80 miles an hour with stuff flying out of the U-Haul. So, but yeah, actually the Grail was one of the things that flew out of the back of that thing, but the guy who ended up finding the guitar, he saw it was in a pawn shop. I thought because Dimebag was at the show that night and we were all hanging, getting tanked and the whole 9 yards. I figured for sure, he said, give me the guitar, because Dime was playing Practical Jokes all the time. So I figured he was going to have the guitar, have me flip it out, and then show up at the show in Houston and go, hey, numbnuts, I think you forgot this or whatever, So, but then when I found out Dime wasn't fucking with me, I was like, you got to be kidding me, man, because it was missing. So, but no, it took a while before I got both of the guitars back. My number 3, so I named my players after Yankee players, so obviously number 3 is Babe Ruth. So George, I ended up getting George back and the Grail. So, and I hooked everybody up with, obviously, the Zakk Wylde model, that Gibson makes. So I hooked them up with the guitars after, but they were super. I mean, that's awesome stuff to hook me back up with the fiddles, what I mean? So, yeah, I was definitely blessed in that regard. So, yeah, so I still got the guitars, but yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing that I got them back, though.
Yeah. What was your initial feeling, like the moment you laid eyes on this long-lost piece of your career? Like, what were you feeling like?
Well, yeah, because that's what, I wrote my first Ozzy song, and I think Miracle Man and all the tunes I've written with Oz up to now. I still use the guitar in the studios, and, I use it on all the recordings I've done on. So, yeah, it's definitely a part of my history and a part of everything like that. So that's what's so special about the guitar.
Yeah. I want to do a little bit of Wikipedia fact or fiction.
Okay.
Just to clear up some of the things that may be on your page.
On the straight thing. Okay.
That's
got that out of the way.
I didn't see that there, but today I saw. First of all, give it a true or false, and maybe elaborate if you feel like it. You started playing guitar at the age of 8.
Yeah. Started at 8.
All right. At the age
but I
of
quit though. I didn't start getting serious until first year of high school.
Oh wow, that long?
Yeah.
But at the age of 14, you worked at Silverton Music in Silverton, New Jersey.
I never worked there. I used to go there all the time, but yeah, we hung out there all the time. And where was that? In Freehold? I think it was in Freehold or Tom's River. I think it was in Tom's River. Yeah, down in the mall. But yeah, Silverton Music is a kick-ass music store.
Okay.
Yeah.
you would play guitar nonstop between coming home from school and then leaving for school the next morning, and you'd make up for the sleep by sleeping through class.
Yeah, pretty much what kind of how kids do nowadays, but with video games, you know what I mean? So yeah, but I, had the guitar, and I think that's when I just found out, I obviously I think I found out about porn then. So between the porn and the guitars, I spent a lot of time in the bathroom, and then right back out to the guitar. Which is good for it's good for the hands and the dexterity as well.
It's good for the strings, I'm sure.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Your signature Les Paul was originally designed to look like the spiral from the Alfred Hitchcock classic Vertigo.
Yeah, that's what it was originally. And then Max, who ended up painting the guitar, he ended up, when I opened up the case, I had a photo shoot that day for, when they were announcing that I was playing with the boss. And that was the guitar. I said, Max, this is that's what he was like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. I ended up putting that on it, so, But, anyways, that's what it was, and so that's it. So that's, I was like, I guess we got to do the photo shoot with this thing. So, but that's, it didn't pan out too well. I mean, it ain't too bad, but in regards to that, yeah. But now everybody knows they have something to aim at on stage when they throw the tomatoes, so,
Your first band ever was named Stonehenge.
Yes, that's true.
True.
And that's before we saw Spinal Tap, so that makes it even more priceless.
No dead drummers, I'm hoping.
No
Okay,
dead drummers. So we didn't have to go through that.
You refer to yourself as an Irish Catholic and a soldier of Christ.
Yeah, somebody just asked me, they go, Zakk, are you religious at all or whatever? I go, yeah. I grew up Catholic or whatever, and somebody goes, well, how does that pan out with Ozzy? And I go, easy, we do a couple satanic rituals before the show, and then afterwards, I become Catholic again. I said, I don't know what to tell you. I said, it seems to work out pretty well.
And lastly, you were once asked by Sharon Osbourne personally to go to rehab.
Yeah, that didn't pan out too well. So I went in, I just jumped over the wall, and I left.
All right, well, do you ever see yourself truly retiring from music?
No, because me and my friends will talk about that because, some of our buddies that we've known that were phenomenal musicians, whether it's guitarists, drummers, bass players, singers, whatever, that are just like don't play music anymore, which is like such a waste of talent and such mind blowing. But they just quit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you have that, and then I remember my buddy Phil Demmel from Machine Head, we were talking about that one day, and it's just like, and JD's is our bass player. I mean, JD, I've known JD since, we've been like 16, 17 years old. JD's a Berkeley guy and everything like that. So we were just talking about all these amazing musicians and everything like that. And Phil even said it though, you got lifers and you have guys that, whether it's a hobby or whatever, because the thing is, all the true musicians I know, me and JD were just talking about, I go, if I was never blessed with the good fortune of rolling with the boss and playing with Ozzy and having Ozzy in my life, the whole thing is, and having Black Label and everything like that. So me and JD would own a music store. I'd be teaching. We'd have our cover band. We'd play in all his ass kicking music, and then we'd play in a wedding band on weekends or whatever. I mean, put it this way: one way or another, we're playing music is paying the bills and paying the rent, and the car payment. So that's I'm not going to get some crap shit job, that I can't stand. That life's too short for that, man. You gotta, if you love music, play music. You know what I mean? Whether you're doing 6 nights at Madison Square Garden and you're big as Led Zeppelin, or you're, like you said, we're still playing in our cover band. We're teaching. We're playing in. We own a music store. You're around music all the time. Just like being an athlete. I mean, if you couldn't play anymore, at least now we're coaching the team, or we're just, or we're involved in the front office with the trades and everything like that. We're still around the game. So, I mean, and because I know a bunch of my other buddies that are still great musicians, that's what they do. They still don't have a normal job. They're still playing music. So I think true musicians, it's in your blood. It's not a hobby, and it's part of who you are. I mean, it's the truth, man.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers,
That was
man. I
great.
got to go watch some porn and take some more of my Kim Kardashian. Thanks a lot, man. Cheers, man.